Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network. I'm not well. Scattaboo's down. Rudy's here to support me. I'm sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late, but we are going to do our normal Monday Degen Power Hour, powering through, being sad about Scattaboo. We're going to talk DFS early look for week 9. I have no hope in my voice. No, we're going to talk best ball bags first and foremost. We're going to talk DFS early look week 9, do some early look battle royale drafts, talk about Monday Night Football, our Washington. Still got Redskins. Redskins are playing. I don't care. I don't care about anything anymore, Steve. No, and we're going to talk about it all in just 1 minute. I played the closed music instead of the open music, Steve. Did you like that? So we are, of course, doing our normal Monday Degen Power Hour. Again, we're talking DFS. We're talking Underdog dailies. We're talking Monday night bets. We're doing best ball bags first. But Steve, we'll get to the chat in a minute. I mean, you know how unwell I am about Scattaboo going down. You're unwell. We love him as the player. We're rooting for him to come back as the player. But we also are sad for our best ball bags for sure. I was at about, I think 38%, but I had like freaking 80% in rookies, sophomores, like 60% in marathon. So, oh my God, Mike Rob. No. So how are you doing? Let's do not a eulogy. It's not goodbye. It's see you later to Scattaboo till next season, but talk about your thoughts on Scattaboo first.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was obviously just so, just unfortunate and disappointing. I mean, every injury is awful. But, he was a player who was helping to jumpstart the franchise, maybe saving Dable's job, with him and Dart and just so much fun. And like there were pictures of him at the Knicks game. And, it's just clear, like the city was loving him. Everyone was loving him. Anyone, I know we got our guy Chad Candles in here. Who went to Arizona State, like anyone who like Candyman, like he saw Scattaboo at that Texas Arizona State game and like fell in love with him, It was just that kind of thing. And he brought an energy and he was fun. And then he was right. He was the rookie pick that you needed because just the number of injuries across the league, but especially among rookies has been brutal. I mean, we already had Hampton go down. I've had some other guys get hurt and banged up. It's been tough, but he was clearly becoming the guy who, and even yesterday, even in the injury, he still had already gotten 10 points. Like that's 7 usable weeks out of 8. And he started the year, slow because he was coming off the injury. So just so unfortunate. And then for it to be such a bad injury, this wasn't, high ankle sprain or like Xavier Worthy, going to miss the next 3 or 4 games. This is, unfortunately, the rest of the season. So just really unfortunate for him as a player, for Giants fans, just for people who enjoyed football. Like he was a fun guy, easy to root for. And clearly just, one of those guys who just has love and passion for the game. And we see it with guys like him and Travis Hunter, who are just all about football. And, that's why we were such big fans of them coming into this draft, because they're just such fun, energetic guys who just want to, go in and help a city and a franchise. So, and then of course, from the best ball perspective, I mean, it was clear, as somebody said, I think Arizona Card said, like pour one out for the league winner. And he was like, he was going to be a clear winning pick and still is a good pick, still going to help with advance rates, still going to help in the season long stuff because he had a lot, like I said, a lot of usable weeks. But it just seemed like things were going to keep rolling and getting better. So just really unfortunate. And then hoping he can just come back and, be a good, career going forward. I will say in the positive news, I did get word that the Scattaboo family rescinded their restraining order on Meg in these trying times. So
in these trying times,
that is good news, but yeah.
I shout out to people like Neil Warfield DM me, a couple of people like, when I commented like it was like as like my boyfriend or husband or son or something was injured. People looking out for the Shaps who were so loyal to Scattaboo. Obviously we did draft a ton, but no, for the, like you said, I just backing up everything you said, like, we've just became fans of him, the player, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter that he was Giants. Like we became fans. He's literally probably my favorite player in the NFL now. Just like absolutely so fun to watch. You can see how much he loves the game. Just absolutely so fun to watch. I will say like, like Aaron Rodgers said in his documentary, the metamorphosis is happening. The metamorphosis, I am now just a football fan and DJan fan. I root for yes, I want Washington to win tonight. I want Washington to do well. I'm a Washington fan, but what comes more is honestly my DGen alliances and my best ball bags or who I play in DFS or who I bet on. Like I'm lean into that the most. And I've just become such a football fan that just watching good football, and Scattaboo was the essence of good football. He was just so fun to watch. So he's become my favorite player. I'm sad for him as the human, the player. I mean, he could have had like a rookie of the year campaign. I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows what the next 9
I don't
weeks.
think Cam Ward's going to get it. So
no. I mean, no, there's other guys like that offensive rookie of the year. But honestly, like it's just so sad to see this cut short. And I hope it doesn't like impact his career, because I do hope he's able to bounce back next year. I know Jeff Mueller is one of my favorite, like, Twitter doctors, and he seems to be, and I know he's always been a Scattaboo Bowl too, but like he seems to feel like, obviously time will tell, like as far as like, how many surgeries or, keeping all the other risk factors down since the bone went through the skin. Again, not a doctor. That sounded awful. That's why he had the emergency surgery in Philly last night. But, he seemed to think like, let's see what happens. But, that he could come back next year. He's young, very young, and hopefully he can bounce back and have a true career, because he is so fun to watch. And I am rooting for him as the player. For our best ball bags, yeah, really, really bad. I mean, again, I had like 60% plus in marathon, I think almost 40%, I think 38 site wide. But I went and made a big stand in things like marathon and rookie and sophomore, where I really feel like you could push the envelope, and that's going to hurt. Like you said, we're going to win this for Scattaboo. We're going to like, hopefully our fantasy teams, push on for Scattaboo here and deliver some good results for us. But obviously my first place marathon team has him. Does your first place drafters team in the mini have?
I believe so.
Yeah. So your first place drafters mini, my first place marathon, he was a league winner. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, but, he did still make an impact for all teams. So hopefully our teams, whether it's marathon or Superflex or rookie sophomores or the classic style, could still make noise and win one for Scattaboo this year. But I am so bummed. And, I'm going to let out a little anger. I'm so bummed for like the Liams of the world that are getting bailed out on their terrible Tracy takes, and they're going to get fucking bailed out. Excuse me. Sorry. They're going to get bailed out now. That's just hopefully Tracy just stinks. He's not that good. I have a good friend who's a Giants fan, and he was like, oh, you were so right. Scattaboo was like totally the play all summer. He was like, Tracy stinks, and Tracy does stink. So hopefully they don't get bailed out on their terrible Tracy takes. So I've let out my anger there. But let's catch up with chat, and then we will push on for Scattaboo. I mean, by the way, Steve, did you see, and now Rudy's biting my hand, please. Let's be a therapy dog. Did you see Scattaboo was like texting Dable at like 4 a.m. and stuff. So I guess he's been released from the hospital. So that's a good sign. I mean, hopefully he doesn't have any of those like infection things and those kind of things when a bone goes to his skin. But I saw he's out of the hospital. Good news. I'm sure, obviously very, very, very long road, but texting Dable at 4 a.m. So hopefully he's the animal that he is and comes back strong. Any other thoughts on Scattaboo before we get to chat and get to our best ball bags?
Yeah, no, it's just, it is unfortunate because like any injury sucks, but it was the one we were the heaviest on. I mean, God, it's been brutal. Like between Eckler, Connor, Braylon Allen, now Scattaboo. It's like,
I know a lot of those running backs.
Left and right. Hampton. Oof.
Okay, down, Rudy. I'm not in the mood. Let me catch up with that.
Reading the room.
He is not. No, he is not reading the room. Riggs used to totally be able to read the room. This one, we're not there yet. We're not even a year old, huh? Okay. We're all wearing black today. Our guy Legion 13. We are. Paul, I'm not even wearing my normal Washington sweatshirt. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, big old comfy sweatshirt I used to wear to games in my 20s. It is a dark time. I guess Paul had a sweat moments yesterday, Battle Royale. that I had drafted against you. You had 44 points and I was saying in second place. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess where he drafted, remember he took Scadaboo a lot?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Paul.
Yeah, this was
That's
the
rough.
one on stream last week where he
Yeah, it was the
spoke
one on
out of it.
stream
Yeah.
last week. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Paul. I'm so sorry to hear that. And he was our little meatball. He is, and we're rooting for a good recovery for our little meatball. Yeah, the season is starting to start. I mean, I feel like the season has been total cinema. I absolutely love the season, but this week was not good as far as like watchability and then the Scadaboo thing. Yeah, and definitely moment of silence. Steve and I had to say our piece. Chad Candles watched part of his morning stream this morning. He started BM. Bad morning. Or was it BM? I mean, I know that means other things. Or was it, something along those lines. But it's a bad morning, not a good morning. We got our guy Eddie in here. Look at Mike Robb showing love to the Shoups. We love the Shoups. Let us know what you needed these trying times. Mike Robb, you are a gift. This is a gift, a super chat, and we appreciate you. You are a gift. Yes, Cooler's in here. Meg's emotional support dog making a cameo appearance. Yeah, he needs to be an emotional support. He'd not bite my hands. We got Putt Daddy in here. Good to see you, Putt Daddy. Unsuspecting chaperone. Yeah, I guess he will be a chaperone for our marathon teams. Already thinking about next year when he comes back to draft him. I was too. I was like, what round is he going to go in? I'm already thinking. I mean, it's obviously going to depend on that. Yeah, the fans were absolutely getting behind him for sure. Was excited for that Week 17 Raiders game. He did not die. He's coming back. Good to see our guy Tim in here. Good to see our guy Hartman in here. RIP the GOAT for now. Exactly. We got it just for now. It's just a, see you later, not a goodbye to our guy Scadaboo. Liam and I couldn't hold back there. Sorry about that. So is it time to talk to Tyler about I saw you said Tyler. So is it time to talk about Tyler putting that into the air and punishment, maybe 6 hours? Oh, did Tyler say something on stream? I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do you remember, Steve? Did he say something on Prop Party?
I don't. I remember bringing up Scadaboo saying, should we?
Yes, you brought up Scadaboo for sure that I had to mention him, which we did. So we still put that out there. But I was wondering when you said Tyler, he must have said something. He always is like, oh, did he snap his leg in half or something like that? I mean, I will say, we're not putting this on Tyler. But I will say the people on Twitter, they're like, see, this is what he gets, the way he runs. It wasn't this was like Hayden clapped back to somebody I saw. Like, it's not the way, what are you talking about? It's not the way he runs. This was like a freak injury, absolutely freak injury. And by the way, Steve's been making me laugh because he knows like beep gifts make me laugh. And so he sent me one about my feelings about Zach Bond. I mean, do you think it was a hip drop tackle? Do you think it was a dirty tackle? I'm mad at Zach Bond, but I just have to put my anger somewhere. Are you mad at Zach Bond?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was a dirty tackle, but it was.
Was it borderline hip drop tackle? Like,
I think so. I've honestly only watched it twice just because, it's ugly to see.
I couldn't watch it over and over. I only watched it like twice too. Yes, bad morning for sure. Prayers up for 44. Indeed. Okay, yeah. I thought he mentioned it on Prop Party. Yeah, we won't punish Tyler. It wasn't Tyler putting in the air. We were putting our anger at Zach Bond right now. I'm angry at Zach Bond. So Steve was trying to sending me funny Veep gifts to make me laugh about my anger at Zach Bond. We got JB in here, GM. It's as Chad Candle said, it's a BM. I mean, I know that also means bowel movement, but it's bad. It's bad. Eddie agrees. Definitely hip drop. JB says, didn't think it was dirty. Bang, bang. Yeah. I just had to put my anger somewhere. I hate you, Zach Bond. You're dead to me. And you took away my favorite player. But again, we caught up with chat. We're all sad here for 44. And again, big prayers up for 44 that he comes back stronger than ever. And, I'll just draft 60% next year if he's going to go later. People claim they knew injury was coming without any type of pre-existing. No, absolutely. And I saw a couple people on Twitter being like, with the way he plays and that kind of stuff, it's like, this isn't a way he plays. Like he was,
zero to do with that.
Zero to do. And I saw Hayden clap back at somebody and I loved it because I was like, this has zero to do with like, how aggressive he is and the way he plays. It was an absolute freak injury. And yeah, like a bang, bang type play. So it sucks. We have to move on. We'll just draft a shit ton of him next year too, because he was a league winner. It was a good call by us, Steve. We'll take the victory lap there and shout out the people that said good call on him. That's all you, Steve. I have to shout you out another time for this. I know I've said it over and over and over during draft season, but you called it from the second big board draft started. You said this guy is going to find a way to win in the NFL, succeed in the NFL in various ways, in the pass catching, goal line back, could be a bell cow. And then when he got the Giants landing spot, a lot of people were like, oh, with Tracy. And we were both like, oh, Tracy's not that good. He's going to beat out Tracy. He's going to be the RB win. So shout out to you. You got me on it. # no regrets. I love that I had so much Scatterbo. He was a league winning pick. It didn't work out because of the injury, but that's the game we play. And we hope those teams carry on and win some for Scatterbo. Hopefully we can clip this later in the season. Hopefully our marathon and drafters teams still make a big old run. We just need some injury luck the rest of the way. So any final thoughts on that? And then I'll pull up BBMD.
Yeah, no, like you said, it's just hoping for the best the rest of the way and hoping he can come back next year.
Yeah. Okay. So we power through here. We go to the BBMD streets, and I do apologize for being late. It's just been a hectic Monday, not just because I'm scat about Scatterbo, just a hectic Monday. But we push on again. We're going to do some bag checks for best ball. We're going to do DFS early look for week 9. Do a couple underdog drafts and then go over the Monday night streets. Is our Washington team versus the Chiefs going to be a tough one, but we power through there. We're going to make some bets. We're going to find some winners. All right. So, sorry, Steve, let me pull up one other thing. I was looking for, all right. Well, while I'm looking for something, can you talk about anything on your drafters side while I'm pulling up something?
Yeah. I'll talk about drafters more tomorrow on my show at 1:30, but I am still in the first place in the mini. So that's exciting, though. It did have Scatterbo on it, so we'll lose him the rest of the way. My main event team fell, but I'm 14th in Superflex, so trying to make a run there.
I saw that. Yeah.
And and I have a couple other minis that are really high. For whatever reason, the mini too, I was just on because I'm 24th and 68th as well as first.
So you're first, 24th and 68th in the mini?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. That's amazing.
So hoping at least one of them get through. But feeling good. Definitely lost some ground overall in drafters, and some of it I knew. I mean, I knew I had some teams. As I talked about last week, this became the quarterback apocalypse week, and I know I had some teams with no quarterbacks for because of between injuries and buys. So that just trying to survive. And that's the same across the board. And, tonight obviously is another one, like no Jaden tonight. So it's just Mahomes is the last remaining starter. So definitely interesting. And, this was an interesting week because a lot of bad teams won, Dolphins, Jets, a few others, Texans. So definitely an interesting week.
All right. So, Underdog best ball portfolio recap. Thank God BBMDB makes it so easy now to kind of do the bag check here, Steve. So obviously you talked about drafters. For me, marathon is what I'm super excited about. Sitting in first place. By 14 points right now above second place, and third place has a couple guys tonight. I think Debo and Ertz, but they'd have to jump a lot. So I'm hoping they don't jump on me. So I'm hoping, this stays around, that nothing goes too crazy and this stays around the same going into week 9. So I've mentioned this team every week, especially after last week when I pulled into first place. This team was making a run with Scatterbo's week 7. That was week 6 against the Eagles. Probably could have been on the way to 2 touchdowns in this one too, but no, he with his 3 touchdown game had a big week 6 and then a week 7 last week. And then, have been talking about this team, have been eyeing this team, very excited about this team. Said, I just need health to stay lucky. I've lost Scatterbo. I've lost Braylon Allen. Excuse me, Mike Gesicki, obviously, hopefully he comes back, but hopefully the rest of this team can stay healthy because I think this is a fun team. I love the way I build it. And yeah, I'll be rooting this one on to hopefully stay in first. So Dak, Herbert, Rodgers, who hasn't even counted yet, even though he's still put up. Where is he now season long, Steve? Is he kind of in the middle where we predicted, like QB like 15, 16?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't probably looked in a week or two, but yeah, he's like QB. He's definitely top 20.
Yeah, that's what we said all along was he's being drafted as QB 28. There's no way if he stays healthy, there's no way he finishes a QB 28. He's going to be like what he was last year, like QB 15. And I bet he's somewhere around there. So hasn't even counted yet, but with Herbert and Dak's buys coming up, hopefully, he can count in the needed weeks or just for a potential other spike week. But yeah, and then McCaffrey, JT, obviously anchored by them. Now that Scadaboo's gone, Scadaboo was, obviously had a big, on other teams, Scadaboo's had a bunch of usable weeks, but on this team, he's given me 3 key weeks because obviously I've been anchored by McCaffrey, Taylor, but Scadaboo has given me 3 big weeks. And overall, he's given me a lot of other usable weeks. Braylon Allen, Rashad White, Taj Brooks, T. Higgins, George Pickens, DK Metcalf, Steph Diggs, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, Jake Ferguson, Mike Gesicki, Pat Freiermuth. So rooting this one on. Hope the rest of the team can stay healthy there. As far as my whole, and then let's check out, let me check out my marathon. The rest of my marathons, I did 53. I wanted to do over 1/3. I did because someone was like, oh, that's a random number. I'm like, not really. I just wanted to do at least 50. And so I did 53. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 1,000 at 331. It was like much higher yesterday. So that fell. But 795, 926. And then, definitely, what is it? The top 13 cash, 13K cash.
I thought it was top 12,000, I believe.
Top 12K cash. So yeah, I don't know, give or take. I have probably over 1/3 in the top 12K. So, hopefully it's just going to be a fun sweat for me and, profitability across the board, I hope, in marathon. Let's check out your marathon. You did one. Oh, I just put Steve. Steve-O speak. And you did how many? 115. So over 2/3. You're sitting in 26, chasing your sister at 1164 with Bo Nix, Drake May. That is fun. God, Drake May is so fun. That was another one that I am so proud of us being so on, ranking him way above market, that he could be like those kind of elite quarterbacks, but you're getting him in like the 9th, 10th round. So absolutely love Drake May this season and hope he stays healthy because he's been so fun for our best ball bags as well. Bo Nix, Drake May, Geno Smith, CMC JT. So same, anchored by the same running backs. Hampton, hopefully he comes back for you. Is there a chance in the next couple of weeks? I guess we should get an update.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably not before. I think it's going to be after his bye. So probably not before JT's bye. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So could we get a Ford trade for you there? Jerome Ford, Chris Rodriguez, and then George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Roma Dunze, Cooper Kupp, Marvin Mims, Cedric Tillman, Diami Brown, and Roman Wilson popped for you last night. Our guy, Roman Wilson, Jake Ferguson, and Jonnu Smith. So yeah, the Jake Ferguson goose egg hurt both of us yesterday. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I miscounting? 8 in the top 1,000. 5 in the top 500 and of course 26. So that is super fun there. Let's just take a look at our bags in general from the portfolio standpoint. Always got to love that. My portfolio, and this does not include marathon, rookie, sophomores, those kind of things, but includes, basically everything else, including pre-draft, sprint, and everything. So BBM have a fun advance rate here. So I'm 27.9, so almost 28% site-wide. Pretty excited about that. Big board, 26%, sprint, 20%. Now 5 teams currently advancing. 2, I think, sibling showdowns, 29% in BBM, 2 sibling showdowns and like 2 third or fourth places too, Steve. And then, a lot of them were other stream drafts. So that is fun to have 7 currently advancing in that. I've been doing really well in Superflex. Drafted a lot of Mariota, who's going to, could potentially count for me tonight too. You and Hames talked about Mariota a lot, and that among just like prioritizing quarterbacks and running backs was key and hopefully remains to be key for me, though I know I had a big stand on Scadaboo and Superflex too. But again, hopefully he is kind of a chaperone for those teams. So doing really well in the Superflex, as you can see, German Shepherd Superflex, 46%, Puppy But Superflex, 40%. Overall doing well. You look at the bigger ones not doing well on the bigger board, 0 advancing and not looking good. Just the way those teams, just had enough holes in them with the pre-draft stuff in the bigger board. Unfortunately, War Room 1 out of the 4 pre-draft, but Husky, what looks like 4 out of 8. That's awesome. 1 out of 4 Chow Chow. 1 out of 3 Dalmatian. And a lot of these, Steve, are sibling showdown, which is fun. Look at the Superflex, Steve. 3 out of 3 Pug Superflex. Hello. 2 out of 4 Bulldog. Bulldog was the one I made the finals last year. So I love seeing that. You and I always talked about like those good advanced rate contests. That feels nice. Any thoughts on mine before we go over to yours?
Yeah, no, I think you're, pretty strong across the board. Like you have some higher dollar ones you're doing really well in, even if the bigger board isn't the thing, like the Husky, Chow Chow, Dalmatian. I mean, the Bulldog, that's
and like I said, a lot of those are you and I together, Steve. Sibling showdown stream drafts. That would be super fun to get a sibling showdown stream draft in the finals in anything. BBM, Husky, Dalmatian. I don't care. That would just be so fun to have like a joint team that we did on stream together in any finals.
And even before we look at mine, I'll just have to say thank God for BBMD, because you can sort by it will show you the date, I believe, like if you went into each actual contest. And
so if I click
you could click on the best team and it shows, I believe, okay, maybe there it doesn't, but if you go in the contest, I believe it shows the date.
And best ball overlay, obviously, shout out to
because I didn't label any of mine unless I was drafting with somebody. So I could have plenty of stream drafts that are making the playoffs, and I just don't know right now because I didn't label.
No, thanks. Shout out to BBMDB. Shout out to Best Ball Overlay. Best Ball Overlay is how I found out that my current first place marathon, hopefully it stays. We're almost at the half marathon point. After next week will be an over half marathon. But I saw that I drafted August 21st. I remembered doing it. I remembered looking at Best Ball Overlay to see like my combinations, because at that point I had enough that I was trying to look at the combinations in marathon. So yeah, shout out to both BBMDB and Best Ball Overlay, of course. Okay, any other thoughts here? Yeah, really excited about like the higher dollar ones, because in those good advanced rate contests, which has been like a contest selection thing for you and I the last couple of years. And really excited about the Superflex. Hope the sprint keeps going up, because, you and I talked about it, like, kind of like you got to walk to run, you got to advance to sprint. And that was our kind of goal, is like, let's just get these teams to it and to the dance and see what they do. And so that's exciting that it's up to 20% now for me there. So
there's wild cards there. So you might be able to an extra team or two through.
Yeah. Okay, let me go to your portfolio here. Okay, so of course, Steve has huge quantity too. 1628 total drafts. Again, doesn't include marathon or rookie sophomores. 25.8, so almost 26% advance rate currently. That's awesome, Steve. Big board, 22%. Let me see, BBM 30%. That's amazing. 24 of 80 of your BBMs currently advancing. That's awesome. What else do you want to highlight, Steve? I mean, you just look like a strong advance rate across the board. Like anything ranging from really like 16 to 30 some percent. Like
there's one Chihuahua there where I'm doing awful, but outside of that, it's pretty strong.
Who cares? It's just Chihuahua.
But I did going into this week, I was advancing to
sprint 31. Oh, baby. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I looked up, I think I'd be advancing 42 if it ended right now, with the number of wildcard spots. So I feel really good about the sprint.
What else? The sprint is definitely one to highlight. The BBM 30. I mean, talk about, we're doing well in the flagship contest, Steve, for undrafters and Underdog and sprint, BBMD. Sprint, BBM, marathon, and then you, of course, in drafters. That's exciting. 30% in BBM, 31 in sprint currently. What else did you want to highlight? I mean, just a strong advance rate across the board. Any other ones specifically you wanted to highlight?
Well, unfortunately, I was advancing two of my bigger board coming into this week. Unfortunately, both lost both of them this week.
Okay.
But I'm just right outside, so
Right there, yeah.
it'll be a battle.
And
Though at
that's
least
what's great
one
to use BBMDB too. If you go into the individual things under the leaderboard, this is obviously the portfolio, and we're currently looking at Steve's right now, advancing almost 26% currently. You can see then how many thirds, how many fours, how far are you out, and that, especially as we get now past this halfway mark, each week to really look, okay, how much am I out? Can this, how many teams that still stand a chance? And that's really key in using BBMDB too. So what other ones did you want to highlight?
No, I mean some of those higher dollar ones like the Huskies and
30% Husky 2, 40% Husky. So 7 out of 20 in the total Husky drafts. That's awesome. 3 out of 10 in the Pitbull, 2 out of 9 Chow Chow. I know you had a couple other really strong ones of those higher dollar.
2 out of 3 Dalmatian. So
okay. So, and then the Bulldog, 2 out of 4. So half of those, 2 out of 3 Dalmatian. That's key. I mean, that's the 101, obviously. Really looking strong in those higher dollar, good advanced rate contests too, which is really, 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 really good. I knew your Huskies were really strong. Any other ones that you wanted to highlight in general, Steve?
Not really. Like this is kind of how I approached it, to try and be strong across the board, and like that was my goal.
Any teams that you wanted to highlight, like, oh, I'm doing well in this particular contest, I'm really excited about X, Y, or Z team? You have so many more to look at. Like there's a couple where I'll like look and I'm like, ooh, I really like that team. Or,
like that Bulldog 2, you can highlight it right there. That's strong. Ooh. It did have Scattaboo, but it's very, and I need to know about Barkley, but it's a pretty strong team.
Oh my God, the running backs are ridiculous. I mean, and quarterbacks, Allen, Dak, May. I'm not sure if you got some falling value on May there, but that's amazing. Barkley,
JT. I believe this is the one I was in. Hartman did a stream draft, if he's still on. And
shout out to Hartman.
Yeah, I believe that's the one.
Okay, yeah, and then very good score, 11-21. Allen, Dak, May, love that combo, and then JT, Jonathan Taylor, Walker, Scattaboo, who unfortunately will now be a chaperone in this particular contest. Taj Brooks, George Pickens, Steph Diggs, Myers. Maybe we get a trade there. Pittman, Kyle Williams, Romeo Dubs, Tutu, who I know is out now, but I mean that's still a strong receiver.
Little thin at wide receiver, but
but it's still strong enough. I mean, you're going to dominate points at quarterback and running back, and then Henry, Gesicki, Otten. I think that's just solid all around. Any other like really higher score that you've liked?
Nothing that overly jumps out. There's definitely some teams out there that I like, but I can't
see your best BBM team. Your Purdy, Geno, Daniel Jones, CMC.
Carried by Daniel Jones. This is definitely not my strongest team.
Yeah, CMC, JT, Monty, Eckler, unfortunately, Sampson, Higgins, Worthy, Pearsall, Diggs, Keenan, Kirk, Trey Tucker, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, Harold Fannin. I'm not doing well as far as like the top 10,000. How are you doing in that, Steve?
I still have 2 in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to just take a look here. Yeah. Obviously you go to leaderboard, then you can kind of go into them, see the points differential. Here you can see that Steve, you have plenty of teams, within 50 points here at different spots, 3, 4, even 5. Potentially you have a 5th place team that's only 17 points out. So that's what's interesting. Look at this. Your highest one, you have 2 in the top 10,000. Highest at 66 is that one, and then 84.
I think that one I like a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
it had Scattaboo also, unfortunately.
Yeah, Baker, May, JT, Mason, Scattaboo, Eckler, Chris Rodriguez, Justice Hill.
Oh no, Ryan, it wasn't this one. May is the next one. There's one.
Neighbors picking. Yeah, I still like the team, but unfortunately, Neighbors and Scattaboo sucks. 827. Dak, May, Tua, JT, Hampton.
No, I can't remember which team it was. There was one that I looked at earlier today that I really liked. That might have been it, but anyway.
The Jalen Hurts team.
Hurts.
Well, James Cook. I mean, what a day he had yesterday.
Running back's a little thin, but I like receivers. Hopefully Nico's back soon. Travis Hunter, Downs, Keenan Allen. Wandale, though QJ now no longer looks to be as involved, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's what I mean. This is so addictive and fun to like go through and just like, okay, which teams could make some noise? Which teams am I really, really think could make some noise both the rest of the season to seal my playoff fate and then make some noise in playoffs. So let me catch up with chat, Steve, and then we will get over to the DFS streets and talk about that. We covered all these. Eddie talking about.
He asked about Tajay Spears. I mean, he could. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Pollard gets traded also. So,
yeah, that would certainly be good for the teams that are, have to have some Tony Pollard that could make some noise. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. Very excited about that marathon team. Hope it can stay healthy the rest of the way. Paul saying, if Godwin can do anything down the stretch, I feel good about taking bags of Scatterboon next year. Yeah, that's true. It obviously similar injury, and it'll be, rooting him on the whole way recovery wise, and I'll be paying close attention for 2026 drafts. Love seeing the CMC JT teams. That is kind of like been a key, and hopefully they can keep doing their thing for sure. His last eliminator team, Putt Daddy, is anchored by that's awesome. And then how are Steve's RNS teams, rookie sophomore? Steve, give an update on that, because Hartman's right, you can't see that on BMD.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike Robb, hysterical.
Going into tonight, which, there's a few rookies, Xavier Worthy being the big one, rookie sophomores. I'm advanced. Though, like you said, the Scaboo injury is going to be it's going to hurt more on something like that, unfortunately.
Oh, that I was already dreaming, Steve. I was like, holy cow, like I could have like multiple like rookie sophomore combos and finals teams, like, you know what I mean? Just because if you make such a big stand and he is like the rookie sophomore guy you need, so so bummed about the rookie sophomore, but sorry, I know you had a ton of Scatterboon and rookie sophomore too. How
so I'm advancing 35% right now. So, it's 1 of 4. So that's well above, the 25% you'd expect.
Right. I didn't do any of the winner take all. Did you? The mini golden? I didn't do any of those.
I did those, but yeah.
Damn Rain Man trying to remember all of his 2K drafts from the year. I mean, it was well over 2K with DraftKings and drafters. Was it 2,500 probably total?
Probably over 3,000.
Yeah, probably over 3,000. I said I should have tried to rug pull Steve. Yeah, and I know Eddie was doing well in Superflex. Yeah, we want to make some noise in the Superflex contest too, for sure. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about my Superflex. Hopefully that holds, because I know I made a big Scatterboo stand there. But hopefully, again, you can kind of be the chaperone, and we'll go win one for Scatterboo there in the Superflex streets. All right, Steve, I will bring over DraftKings. While I'm bringing over DraftKings, why don't you give your kind of like kind of week 9 overarching thoughts as we get to that? Obviously, we have a couple big teams on bye then.
Yeah, so we have 4 teams on bye. Eagles, Bucks being the 2 big ones, and then Jets and Browns. And Jets and Browns are probably going to be making some decisions during this bye time. Fields got a 1-week reprieve, but I don't know if that will continue, because look, they won on the back of Breece Hall more than anything else. And it'll be interesting to see if like Garrett Wilson's back after the bye, and QJ, Quinshon Judkins, another rookie, got hurt yesterday. I think they said sprained AC joint, which as we've seen can be a multi-week thing. So not sure if depending on how bad it is, maybe he can be back after the bye. Maybe he'll need some more time. But as for what that means to the pace of the slate, like losing to the Bucks offense has been kind of stalled. Their defense was amazing yesterday. Eagles and Bucks are 2 big powerhouse teams. So there's some, as we'll get into, like position by position, there's some big matchups. Kansas City Buffalo being the big one. But it's like, what do you do? Like Herbert in another blowout situation. May he's becoming undeniable. Like, you watch the first half of the game, you would have thought, oh, May's going to have a bad week. Then he just comes out firing in the second half and has
6.5K, but deservedly so.
Yeah.
And by the way, this week, obviously, like yet another week of like right on plenty, but wrong on too much important stuff, and just couldn't get home. The biggest one being what happened. I literally turned the channel to the Falcons game. What happened to Cousins and Bijan Robinson? But it was like literally as the Scatterbo injury happened, then I was like deep diving on that and on Twitter. I haven't been able to watch any of that back, or like what happened in the Falcons game? What's going on there?
I think they, give Tua and Mike McDaniel credit. They showed up. The Falcons did not. And I know Cousins gets a lot of blame, and some of it's deservedly so, but they couldn't run the ball, which, basically every team's been able to run against the Falcons.
That's what I mean. How did Bijan fail? Because that was my lock button.
The Dolphins were just swarming to the ball. Like both Bijan and Algier they were getting hit in the backfield. They were, it was not going well. And then they, drives kept stalling. There were a couple times you could tell, like Cousins, like these younger receivers, like Casey Washington, whatever, like they were running the wrong routes. There's at least two times that I know Cousins, like you could tell, he expected the guy in one place and he just wasn't there. So, I think the London injury was even the biggest issue.
Impactful, yeah.
And then that allowed, the Dolphins to just key in on Bijan.
I was just stunned that Bijan failed as bad as he did too. And then, then I jumped on and did some Kirk Cousins teams thinking, okay, he's 4.4K. And then I can jam stars and scrubs with Bijan. That was just a massive disaster. So, but Bijan was a lock button for me. And I just did not see that type of failure run out. Like I did not even see that in the range of outcomes outside, with him staying healthy. I didn't see that being a possibility. Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's one of those things, like everyone went in the week saying, oh, James Cook has a tough matchup, avoid him. Didn't matter. Right. He absolutely dominated. Bijan had the easiest matchup and he couldn't run at all. So sometimes it's about who shows up, and Dolphins showed up, Falcons didn't. Yeah, that was, I did not see that coming. Did Kirk look bad? I mean, I know you said
it didn't look good. And
right.
I think, again, some of it was on the receivers, but it's just one of those things. They couldn't get anything going. Yeah. Well, oops, sorry. That's unfortunate. Okay. Back to week 9. I know we turn the page here, week 9, early look, top of the board. I think it's 11 game slate, like you said, with Eagles, Bucks, and then 2 crappy teams on it. It's, I have these damn pop-ups coming on my new computer, and I tried to, whatever. Anyways, focus, Meg. Okay. So top of the quarterback pool, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes in the same game. Let's just start there, Steve. It feels like some games, some of these Chiefs-Bills battles in the past are like a slugfest. You don't want to pay up for, and then some you do. So how do you handle that? Because historically, I feel like, I just remember enough 24-20 type games, but then, especially in the playoffs, then you see some of these games where, but that's on a smaller slate. Do you feel like it's a must to pay up for these guys, or I can see a path to failure because we see this game every year. So yeah. I'd like to see historically the fantasy points they've put up in these games. But that's going to be a big decision point. What do you do with these two? So what I'll say is a couple of things. One, the Bills defense is not really that good this year. They just lost Ed Oliver. He might be out, definitely going to be out this week, maybe out for the year. And also Mahomes is playing the best he is in 3 years. So I just think that I don't think we can honestly look at the games of the last couple of years, because look at week 1 with the Bills also. Like when the Bills are pushed, Allen plays Superman, like he is Superman. And week 1, he put up 41.8 points. And I kind of think that's this Chiefs defense. While it's still good, I don't think it's as good as it's been in recent years. I mean, we saw, teams like the Chiefs, teams like the Chargers, teams like the Jags get on, put up some points. You mean to tell me Josh Allen and James Cook can't do that? This is a team that just dropped 40 and probably could have dropped 60 if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Like they've had some disappointing games, and, the New England played them tight, but most of Allen's games, Saints game, Miami game, Carolina game, and he still got 20 plus points. those were kind of blowouts. They were in control. Saints kept it relatively close for a little bit, and Jets were the same thing. But this game most likely resembles the Baltimore game, and that's when Baltimore's defense was pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And Allen just dropped a monster. So, and we're seeing Mahomes put up huge scores every week. So while those defensive red numbers are what they are, it's also about who they've played.
Yeah.
And I know the Kansas City kind of limited Detroit, but yes and no. Like they were moving the ball, and like I said, Jacksonville and the Chargers did put up some legitimate points against them. So I think this game, especially at Buffalo, I have no problem going to either quarterback. And I think Mahomes is going to have a big game tonight as well against Washington. So, yeah, Mahomes is just on a great pace and playing at just a different level right now.
Yeah. Okay. So we obviously start there because that's the big matchup of the week, both real life and fantasy. Then like you said, Herbert potential blowout against the Titans. Then May, Falcons, tougher defense, but he's been playing lights out. Love to see it again for our best ball bags.
We just saw Tua drop 4 touchdowns on the Falcons defense.
Right. Exactly. And then you got Bo Nix against Houston defense, who again, tough defense. Stafford off the bye against the Saints. Daniel Jones against Pittsburgh. That's going to be another fun real life game to watch. Jordan Love, Carolina, Jared Goff, Minnesota. Go there. 6K to the Allens Mahomes. Who would you target in that Herbert to Goff range, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, Herbert May I'm considering, but definitely targeting Daniel Jones. Like Pittsburgh is giving up a ton of yards through the air.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is like, he's again another guy who's not being pushed at all. I mean, these games have been, the Cardinals game is the only close game they've played since that Rams loss. And, he's putting up good numbers, week in, week out. And, he has a little rushing ability also. And for his superheroes, Jonathan Taylor has been, like we saw yesterday, Jonathan Taylor got a receiving touchdown. Like there's ways they can both get there. And Steelers defense has just been really a problem. It was a problem first couple of weeks, and it's been a problem last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And the way Shane Steichen's calling these games, and again, they're doing whatever they want offensively.
No, I absolutely think Daniel Jones is the main target here. I don't know, Rodgers in a potentially pushback, if there is some pushback, to the say Daniel Jones is really chalky and you wanted to go Rodgers, he's not going to offer you anything on the ground. But if it's more like a 3 touchdown, I don't know, and you're getting really low ownership, you probably honestly need like a 4 touchdown game or something like that with the no running to really pay off. But I think if he comes in lower owned, it's consideration. 5.8K. Then what do you like down low? I mean, Caleb has not looked good as a real life quarterback, but do we think he could get there against the woeful Cincinnati defense?
Yeah.
5.7.
It's definitely possible. The tough thing is Cincinnati is also giving up so much on the ground. And we saw this 2 weeks ago with Jaylen Warren. I mean, Rodgers still got there and had a really good game. But, Breece Hall just ran right through them. Isaiah Davis was running right through them. So just to worry that maybe this is a Swift Monangai game. Like you said, Caleb Williams has not been playing well. Like it's been pretty ugly.
Yeah.
And they need to get that figured out. Maybe this is the game they use to figure it out. And they should get pushed because Chicago's defense had been playing better, but Tyler Huntley was pretty perfect in that game. Of course, Derrick Henry had the 2 big touchdowns. So I think Flacco and Chase and Higgins are gonna do fine in this matchup.
Which, by the way, you, Tyler, and I on that Friday show that Mike was mentioning, put together a really fun prop party lotto. He picked Cook 100, which was like plus 250. Obviously, Cook doubled that, went for over 200. And I was like, oh, this is great. We just need Henry to go against the Bears defense. And at halftime, he was like halfway there. I'm like, let's just get it the second half. He had 2 touchdowns, but we couldn't get him to 120 we needed. And then we pushed Chase to 120. He gets 15 targets again. And
like 90 yards, 80, 85,
Yeah,
90
at
yards.
92 yards or something like that. So thought that one had some legs, but yeah, no, I think Caleb at 5.7K, even though the real life isn't impressive, we can consider it against Cincinnati. Wouldn't be surprised if that came in higher owned. And then we've got lower, Flacco against the Bears, Purdy against the Giants, T-Law against the Raiders. Who knows if Bryce Young's back? Dart against 49ers, Stroud, not Mac Jones. Who knows on McCarthy? Do we have any updates on that yet? I'm assuming.
Yeah, McCarthy, they're saying is going to start.
Okay, and then TBD on Penix Cousins. They're priced down low. Anything down low, essentially. Anything kind of Rodgers after Rodgers, Caleb. Anything like Flacco and below that you consider. Yeah. This is obviously
assuming Flacco is healthy, which I think he is.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to throw. I mean, he threw 34 times, and this is honestly part of the problem. Is while they're also running the ball pretty well, I think they got away from it, and then that final drive, it just. Yeah. I think they got away from targeting their guys. I mean, Higgins only got like 5-6 targets, something
That's
like
crazy.
that.
He only had the one reception, which was a touchdown, thankfully, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a 44-yard touchdown. It was really nice, but I think they should have just played like they did against this. This is what we sometimes see. Like a team is built to play one way, and then when they try and play opposite that, it just doesn't work. And, they kind of let, I know they scored a lot of points, but it felt like they let their foot off the gas. And I mean, it sounds crazy because they kept scoring, but they just couldn't get that like kill shot. And unfortunately,
all right. Anybody else? Let's kind of.
I think Lawrence. Raiders are bad. Max Crosby, I believe, is going to be out. I think this is a good bounce back spot for Lawrence, even if BTJ isn't there. Travis Hunter looks like he's ascending and should be a good play.
Okay. Moving over to running back, let's plow through this if we want to get a couple underdog drafts and still talk about Monday Night Football. Top of the board here, of course, JT McCaffrey. Hopefully they come through for our best ball bags again. Bijan right under, Gibbs right under that, Jacobs, Cook, Kyron, Genty. Who are your priorities at the top of the board? And then we'll hit middle, low, and roll through the next few positions.
Yeah, I mean, JT McCaffrey, I think, are in both great spots. JT is just insane.
He's amazing. Yeah. I mean, should be MVP at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's on a historic run right now. And,
please keep it up.
The pace that he's on is incredible. And I think he has a bounce back game against the Giants.
We saw what Saquon just did. Yeah.
I think Gibbs is well in play, coming off a bye, facing the Vikings, who, I mean, my God, Kamani Vidal was getting on them. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's a great point.
And we just saw him just against a really good run defense, just absolutely shred them. He's just so good. Jacobs, I do wonder how much
they mixed in Wilson a lot last night.
Yeah, so I do kind of wonder if maybe his calf or whatever is bothering him. So
okay. All right. Anything else? Let's then what do you like in the middle?
I think you got to play Kamani Vidal and Swift. If Vidal is going to get 20 plus carries, he's got a great matchup. Swift, same thing.
Yeah, against the Bengals.
So I think those guys are well in play. I know Green Bay is a better defense, but Rico Dowdle is looking really good. And the coach speak is like, yeah, we kind of get it. He's actually being productive. So I just, if we get some news that he's the full starter, he's not priced like that. So you're getting a discount.
Anything else? Then you got Mason, Etienne, Warren, Kamara, Stevenson. I mean, nothing seems appealing anymore. Like, it feels priced appropriately. So it doesn't feel like there's any real standouts here. Again, we'll do a show Thursday, Degen Power Hour, covering, more lineup building. Then Saturday Steve will cover in depth his player pool, both article and here. So, we'll cover that more here, but anything else down low? I mean, Tracy, gross. I hope to God he doesn't. That makes me want to barf. I can't even click on his name. I'm too angry.
Oh boy. No, I mean, there could be some situations like maybe Stevenson, but Hendo was getting worked in more.
Yeah.
Maybe ETN, but it's tough knowing coming out of the bye, they might be trying to work in Tootin more. So
Okay, receivers. We'll see about Puka being back. Obviously, Chase, ASB, Jefferson, Rice, Devontae, Nico. I assume he'll be back another week off the concussion. TBD. Rome at the top. Who are priorities here at the top of the board for receiver?
Well, I think Rice, even with priced up, I do think this is a matchup. This has shootout potential. Definitely in Mahomes stacks, there's a bring back for Allen. Chase, I think those targets, you just can't,
Yeah.
19 targets.
With Flacco, 12, 23, 19 targets. Yeah. Double digit receptions the last 3 weeks. That's insane.
So, just the upside there is off the charts. I mean, Puka, I would worry that at the price and him coming off an injury, like they just might not need him. I mean, we saw Tampa shut it down.
Tampa didn't, you didn't want anybody from Tampa because they got a defensive touchdown and it was just like they didn't have to do anything. Yeah.
So a little worried there about paying that price for the Rams guys.
Rome against Cincinnati, he got 10 targets, 7 catches for 114 yesterday, despite not getting the end zone. Yeah. I think Rome is a solid play at 6.
No, I mean Rome's clearly number one. We just need Caleb to step up.
Then you got Sutton, London, BTJ, wild about like the potential trade rumors, but I doubt anything will come of that. Olave, McConkey, Pittman. But again, sometimes you're talking about like, is there pushback? Like in the case of like McConkey, where do you go in this middle range?
I mean, I don't mind going McConkey, just because I do think he's just more and more involved the last couple of weeks. I think Pittman is obviously very much in play. Teams have been shredding the Steelers through the air. And then, I want Travis Hunter over BTJ.
He is priced at
he's priced nicely.
What?
He's priced. I can't remember the exact number, but it's a good price.
Hunter 4.7.
Yeah.
I mean, he the last time he was on the main slate, he disappointed, but in London, 27 points, is that sticky? Hopefully so. Wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a little chalky, but I definitely like Hunter at 4.7K. All right. Rolling through, anything else in the mid range that sticks out to you?
I mean, it's tough to trust JJ McCarthy, but Addison has a nice price. I still like Diggs. He finally got a touchdown, just didn't get a ton of yards, but he's out there a ton. And that was a tough matchup against Cleveland. I mean,
DK is going to have to be the main target at 5.5K. He needs that like London game of over 100 yards to find the ceiling outcome. He's been really solid in the touchdown scoring in 6 of the 8 games or 6 of 5 of the 7 games. Just needs to, pop more in the yardage department there. But okay, now let's talk down outside of Hunter at 4.7. Anything down low that you like?
Not, I might take a shot just because the Giants don't have much of an option to either Wandale or Slayton. They're getting very thin now with their offensive weapons, and Slayton should have had a big touchdown and got called back on a bad penalty.
4.1K there against San Francisco. I don't mind that.
Yeah. So, guys down there, it's like, I don't know. It's tough to trust some of these guys like a Trey Tucker, but probably any of the Colts receivers, whether it's Downs, Pierce also, I think are in play. But you're just like taking shots.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move over to tight end. Let's wrap this up so we can get to the UD streets and then get to Monday Night Football streets. Top of the board, we got Kraft, Warren, Gadsden now 5.3K. That was just massive rise, deservedly so. Bowers, what a world at 5K under these guys. And then Kittle, Kelsey, Laporta, Pitts, 4K and up. What do you like?
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably say Warren's my favorite, but Kittle, I think, is a really good matchup as well. And
got in the end zone, but just 4 for 43.
yeah, but
Like
that
going
was
back
a
to Kittle.
tough matchup. I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
No, I love
much
going
easier.
back to Kittle against the Giants at 4.8K. Agree with you on Warren. Anything else above 4K that you like? I mean, I usually live under that. Anything else though that you like above 4K?
I mean, Laporta's got a good matchup. Vikings have not done well against tight ends this year. But he's just very inconsistent.
Yeah.
And
So then
same probably the tight ends that I like the most are probably Dalton Kincaid, and because I'm assuming he's going to be even healthier, and I think they're going to need him, like in a shootout type game. I think they're going to need him, and then take your shot at the Steelers tight end. I think Loveland is in play, but we need to see Komet's situation.
Yeah. I was hoping he'd find the end zone. I had 2 different parlays where I just needed one more touchdown, a tight end parlay from Loveland. Didn't get there. 3 for 38 yesterday. Not quite there. Anything low that you like, cheapy tight ends essentially.
I mean, I don't hate Juwan Johnson, particularly if they do go to Tyler Shuck. I think they'll get a little bit more.
Yeah, 5 for 53. That's definitely viable, especially if you do believe Tyler Shuck can push back against the Rams defense. I'm not seeing a ton of other like cheapies, like probably Loveland, if Komet was still out, would be or like you said, Steelers tight end in a potential like back and forth shootout. Fryermuth 3.1, that would probably be the lowest I'd feel comfortable going.
Yeah.
So, all right, Steve, why don't you pull up Underdog? We go to the Underdog streets. While you do that, I will catch up with chat really quick. We caught up to here. I did miss this, Eddie. We did not pull up Steve's strongest Superflex team. We'll have to do that next time because you were in the Superflex streets a ton this year. You and like Who Hames and PPR Tyler Hartman, all them. But yeah, we didn't get that. Sorry about that. Mike says if Fields can bounce back from crying in your closet, I can bounce back from crying in my pantry. Yeah, I'm going to try to. I'm trying to put on brave face. I know Steve and I both seem like lower energy today. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up the rest of the show. Pick it up this week because we need to bounce back from the Scatterbo injury. Very, very rough. Eddie had a sweat with Taylor Cooks Barkley, but got off Franklin. Sorry to hear that to our guy Eddie. 35% in rookie sophomore is nice when you went heavy on Jaden. So yeah, hopefully we can still make some noise in rookie and sophomore despite losing Scatterbo. Mike thinks we should do an Underdog pick'em show and just do Tracy's under. That would be a theme for sure. We got our guy Candyman in here. Candyman, our BBM team together, still holding strong. Like it, love it. GM. Almost stopped watching football yesterday after the injury happened. Yes. Steve and I went on for like 15 minutes about the Scatterbo sadness at the end. We are polling for a full recovery so we can draft him a ton next year, but we are so sad about Scatterbo too. And I know you were high on him too, Candyman. What are your favorite plays tonight? Nothing matters. Who cares? That pretty much has been how I've been today. Nothing matters. Who cares? I don't even want to play anymore. So we are going to try to power through here, do a couple Underdog drafts. Then we will go to the Monday night streets. Don't think it's going to be pretty for Washington, but we will talk about a couple props parlays for the Monday night streets. Steve, go ahead and fire up the Battle Royale.
Do you want to do a primetime Palooza?
Yeah, let's do one of those first. We usually do that first.
All right. I will enter in. I will count down. I will enter in 5 seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. It is filled. So.
All right.
And we got the 4th pick. Not great. Not for this slate.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing that now. Okay. Yeah, especially not knowing, Lamar, you could obviously sub in, but not knowing Lamar's status. Can you scroll down just a little bit? I just want to see who's under Lamar. I'm just trying to. Oh, yeah, that's yucky. Oof. So what do you think we should do? Let's bounce back. Let's
Get out of this draft and just let it auto pick. No,
yeah.
no. I mean, I think taking Lamar's fine, but obviously, yeah, I think Henry or Mahomes are where you want to be.
Okay. So what should we do?
I think
What should we do? Should we just like do like
Lamar and Zay Flowers?
But if Lamar's out, then we're like just wasting a first round pick.
That's the risk you have, but I think Lamar will be fine. I think this is why they held him out, because they have a Thursday game.
Yeah, but then is he going to run? He's not going to be needed if like Henry runs for a bunch on the does what Bijan should have done. I would honestly say
Tua or Mariota.
I think Mariota could be fine from a fantasy perspective. He's playing in all garbage time.
Yeah, not against the Chiefs defense.
I don't know. Oh, Henry didn't go one. That surprises me. All right. Well, it's up to you.
You could do Rice and Lamar,
Okay, so you feel really confident Lamar's playing, because again, it does not make sense to waste a first round pick if Lamar.
Yeah, I think, and honestly, like I'm fine taking Hundley as, like in that matchup. I think it's more than
I know,
fine.
but I'm just saying, like, couldn't you just do like Rice and Waddle, and wouldn't we be better off? Okay, well, they took Rice. I guess Mahomes.
And then what do you want to do?
Well, I guess the question is, we're going to take Mahomes. Do we want to get a solid running back? Is there more depth at receiver? Again, these primetime things, like
There's more depth at receiver for sure.
Okay, then I'd say we take JCM or Pacheco, because go to the running back tab. Yeah. It's disgusting after that.
Let's just take Pacheco.
I mean, he's not going to come back to us, right? Or could he? No. Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you just don't want to take JCM because of the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last week he got game scripted out. He's almost no involvement in the passing game. Like Pacheco, we could get all the Chiefs touchdowns, and they could. Let's be honest, like they could put up 6-7 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so then at the 12, so we're done at quarterback. If we need to be done at running back, we could be. Then if it's like go to the receivers tab really quick.
Ideally, Worthy comes back to us.
I mean, if we could go Worthy McLaurin, I'd feel fine with that. If Debo's gone, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd take whatever Washington receivers.
I mean, because I think with these primetime slates, you got to look at like the, okay, who do I need to get? Who am I comfortable getting with the last round pick? Could you go to tight end? Who like? If we don't take, okay, so if we don't take tight end here, we'd be fine with like a Likely or something.
Yeah.
What did Likely do anything? With
2 catches. Yeah, I remember seeing one, but I actually don't mind going now that Worthy's gone. Like, well, if Kelsey's there, obviously, but like Kelsey and Debo or Terry, but I think taking a tight end, I'd take a tight end here over double tapping those receivers, like because I think Andrews hit was 3 for 34, and if Lamar's back, obviously he's going to be much better. So I think honestly, I think we should take one of these 3 tight ends and one of these 2 receivers.
So you feel like receivers deep enough then?
Yeah, because particularly with Mahomes, I mean, we saw Juju and Marquise Brown get a touchdown. Like he can throw it to anyone, and Malik Washington's definitely in play. Hopkins. Okay. So do you want to do Andrews and a Washington receiver?
Well, select which roster. Do you want Debo over McLaurin?
I would do Debo, yeah.
Okay. And then you don't think Ertz in a negative game script? I just worry that Ravens aren't going to, like, it might just fall on like Henry, and they have Zay, like they are so spread out that I mean Ertz, like, I don't know. Like you could just stack up this game basically and like hope that like Debo and Ertz get there in a negative game. I'll let you decide, but I like Ertz better than Andrews.
I think I worry about having too much Washington. I think they could have. I just don't know if they have a lot of pushback in this game. I mean, it's at Kansas City. It's. I just really worry about them.
All right. So who do you want to go with the last receiver? I don't like this slate. I'm done.
Really, I couldn't tell. Well, I think we're taking 2 receivers. So
is Brashad Smith still there?
Yeah.
I would agree with Hartman here. What do you think?
I mean, we could. Yeah, it's just we did take Pacheco, but yeah.
I mean, if you think, yeah, this slate's gross. These 2 games stink.
No, I think there's likely 2 big blowouts. That's why most pieces from, Baltimore and Kansas City.
Well, I guess we'll see what falls back. Like, we're hoping Hollywood Brown falls back.
Yeah.
Right. I don't feel comfortable with 2 of these receivers. That's why I would take, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this is gross. Let's just get this over with. Coolers agrees with Hartman. I agree with Hartman. Mr. Grapefruit, good to see you. Chiefs D for 4,400 is nice in showdown. Yeah, I think that makes sense. For sure. That's a good price for them. Yeah, it's really, if you think, I mean, these are
okay, we'll do Brashard Smith. Do you want to do Malik Washington or Juju?
I don't care. They're so disgusting. Just this team sucks. There's no reason in discussing it. But
it's gonna be a winner.
We got Stephen WC in here. You're so sweet, Stephen WC. My condolences. Obviously, he's talking about Scattaboo. You're so sweet. I saw him in the Chad Candles chat. I watched it later, and I saw him say, thought of Meg during the Scattaboo thing. So, yeah, the people that reached out is so sweet. But, yeah, I was very, very bummed out for the Scattaboo injury. The way Fanspeak always pulls the rug on me in these drafts leaves me in the dust. So sorry, Mike. We're going to get into a battle royale or 2, so we will do a slow countdown. Cooler said, asking Steve who he wants and then vetoing the pick. She's back.
All right. Well, we made our final pick, Malik Washington for the win.
Yay! Yeah, definitely had multiple stacking partners there with Mahomes. You can't be confident Lamar's playing. John Harbaugh needs to be investigated by the FBI, CIA, and NYPD. I love this. Even bring Gibbs out of retirement to break this case. Absolutely love it. We already talked about Brashard Smith, like that call Hartman, Chiefs D. Make this team sucks. Watch it, ship it. That would be fun. I would take that paint. I would take that to laugh at myself on that. All right, Battle Royale Streets. Do a slow countdown. See if Mike Robb's able to get in with us here.
All right, I'm going to count down from 10 for the Battle Royale. So, counting down now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter.
All right, Battle Royale Streets, week 9. Here we go. Waiting for 2. So hopefully Mike Robb didn't get in the earlier flow and can get in with us. Waiting for 2. If anybody wants to join us for our first look, week 9 Battle Royale. So let's see. Top of the board, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, Gibbs, Puka to round out the 6. That makes sense. Waiting for one more. All right. One more. If you want to join us, get in the Battle Royale Streets. Little first look here. We are starting. Let's see. We are at the 2 spot. Mike is at the 4, and Hartman's at the 6. Let's go.
So JT or CMC if we had the choice.
Perfect. Either. Just please keep doing well for best ball. I will happily take whoever. Ginger, what does it say? Ginger Mind?
Ginger Mino?
Ginger Mino? Well, this is like an eye test. Wow. And I have it like pulled up on my screen and I still couldn't read it. That's scary. I was like, is that an O or an N? Okay. We'll take whoever Ginger Mino doesn't take. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I like a lot of these first round guys. I will say last week, and it didn't work because Bijan was a dud, but you obviously wanted to take Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
And there was kind of front loaded because I'm trying to think of the other first round guys. Okay, Jonathan Taylor, welcome to the team.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what Mike and Hartman do. Glad they were able to join us in this one. Here, and then we'll be back up at 11. Can you scroll down a little? I'm just trying to see who's available at the 11 ADP. So that's the range of Rice, Allen, Jefferson, Kyron, James Cook. Who's your favorite in that group? Just curious.
Probably Allen or Cook.
We'll go to quarterback. So Mahomes goes before Allen, then May, Herbert, Goff. Okay, so do you feel like it's worth taking a quarterback like that high this week because of that? I mean, you may just want that
they
game.
Can get 35, 40 points. Like these other guys, particularly if it's a blowout, like Herbert's probably not getting there. May be the same thing.
Oh, I hope for my best ball bags, Herbert and May can get there, but I know what you're saying.
Oh, I mean, get there, but not compare score. And if you're giving up 10 points, it's not worth it. Like, waiting 3 rounds.
Right.
So we get our choice. Do you want Mahomes?
I'll let you choose. I'll let you choose. I'm fine either.
I think Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, and if we could get Cook and run it back, then does that feel pretty good? I mean,
yeah, no, gosh, Ginger Mino stole it.
Damn, Ginger Mino.
Do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? I kind of like Rome, actually.
Yeah, let's go Rome. I mean, Tyler Warren's tempting just because I think we just saw what Kraft did. And
good point.
but I just think he had a game where he didn't get a touchdown. They didn't get him a touchdown on tight end, week. I think that's sad and unfortunate. So I think he bounces back next week. But I think tight end's kind of, it's relatively deep.
Yeah. Could you go to the board? Let's see what Mike and Hartman are up to. Okay, so we start JT, Mahomes, Rome. That feels good. Mike starts Chase, Rice, Genty. Very fun. Hartman, Puka, Bijan, Kraft. I like it. It's fun starts around. Hartman gets McConkey on the turn. And Mike will be up in a minute. We're up at 23 and 26. Oh, that would have been fun to get Mahomes, Cook, because that's what I was about to say is, Mahomes, you feel like a little more comfortable. Like with Allen, you could say, well, it could be the Cook, and then that would have been fun to get both. But all right. Mike gets May, which I still love that.
I think we should take Kittle.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
And then we can get Swift coming back because Ginger Mino has 2 running backs.
Ooh, good point. I like that, Steve. Like that a lot. Yeah, especially since we didn't, pick one, took McCaffrey. We get JT. We get then Kittle. Ooh, this is fun. Yeah, Swift, definitely. Perfect. Oh, wait, that's 2 Chicago. Oh, like sometimes in Battle Royale, aren't you needing the nuts outcome? Like you're going to need the Bears to score.
Yeah.
35 points, basically.
I still think this team just gave up 30-some points against the Jets.
Sure. It could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess then especially not having Rome stacked with Caleb, you're kind of saying, hey, Swift gets 2, Rome gets 1, and a bunch of yards. Like that nuts outcome still could happen, especially against Cincinnati's defense.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, ideally we get Worthy. Travis Hunter would probably be there for me. We could get Higgins as
I
a
think
bring
Higgins
back.
in the run back would be really fun. That would probably be, I guess stacking, but if it is, Mahomes does spread it out too, like I don't feel like we have to force a stack. I almost like the bring back better. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm actually tempted for Hunter because if there's no BTJ, he could just be fed targets in this game.
What is the BTJ status after the bye?
I can't remember if it was shoulder or what, but he was banged up. He was injured in London.
At the end of the London game, yeah. So was BTJ drafted in this one already?
I believe.
Can you go to the board?
Nope, guess not.
Can you look at what it says? Okay, I'll keep an eye on time.
Limited roll.
Okay. All right. I mean, we have 2 picks coming up, so
this is our last pick.
Huh? Shit. Okay. I'd say Higgins, but I'll let you pick. 9 seconds.
All right. I will trust my sister.
Oh, I mean, we're making a big bet on the Bears.
When the rest of this team smashes and Hunter has a 30-point game, I will blame you.
Steve suggests Cook and Meg switches their positional feud. Now I'm into Cook. I was not into him best ball season. Is that what Mike means?
No, like I can't remember if it was for the. I think I said Cook, and you're like check positions or something like that.
Because I was hoping Cook would fall to us in this one. I was going to say Steve was right. I can say clip this. Steve was right about Cook this best ball season. I was wrong. Steve was right. I was wrong. Do you like hearing that? Steve?
You heard it here first.
Yeah. But that sounds like me, Mike. I didn't even remember I did that. Save the clip. All right. Are we doing one more? Or are we going to the Monday?
Yeah, we can do one more.
Okay, one more, and then Monday Night Streets, because we are a little over an hour and a half.
All right. Time. I will enter again in 10 seconds. Entering in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter. So it filled. Not sure if anyone got in. We got Peanut Punch in.
Oh, nice.
And recognize some other names like Valcor, but so sorry for anyone else trying to jump in. But we got the 101, so I think this time we take CMC.
Okay, that works for me. Battle Royale draft. So we have covered being sad about Scattaboo, best ball bags. Please let our rest of our teams be healthy. DFS week 9 early look. These are our first Battle Royale week 9 drafts. And then we will go to the Monday Night Streets and we'll look at props and parlays. Actually, after looking at it more, Steve, there are some props, a couple props angles that I like, even despite, I know you're concerned about potential blowout for Washington. So yeah, there are a couple angles I like. So we'll talk Monday night bets. And then of course, Steve will be back tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. before he goes on with Who Hames to, 1:30 talking about Steve-O speak. He'll look at the bags again, after fully into week 9. Then after tonight is closed, he'll do some best ball bag checks. And of course, then jump into some more, Battle Royale week 9 Underdog dailies. And then just another full week of content. Make sure you're subscribed to the Fanspeak network. Link in the description for our Substack. If you haven't subbed already, $34.99 for the entire year. Definitely think it's priced too cheap, and hopefully more people can join us in the streets. So, okay, we're coming back up. So we just had Peanut Punch in this one. Good to see you, Peanut Punch. All right, coming back up at 12-13. Maybe we get James Cook in this one, Steve. So look at me shouting that out.
Look at that.
Look at that. All right. Peanut Punch gets Jacobs. Oh, we should have looked at Mike and Hartman's teams at the end of that last one. I just forgot. We need to do better, Steve.
Okay.
I need to do better. Wait, did Cook go in this one already?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I missed that. Okay. So did you want to go Mahomes again and do another angle, or what did you want to do?
I think so. I think Mahomes, I think there's a tier break for sure.
Okay. So
You
then
want to go Tyler Warren?
what about Jefferson against?
I do not like
Just
Jefferson against Detroit.
Just because JJ McCarthy? I mean, their secondary is so banged up.
I know, but that was the thesis against the Bucks, and that didn't work. And they still brought a lot of pressure. And
yeah, especially
they have a bye.
Let's get Warren in this one. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Peanut Punch in chat. Great to see you. Hope the best ball bags are going well for you. Great to see you in here. Is Pete Punch still the one? Is he correct me if I'm wrong. Were you really high up in the main the BBM?
He was. I don't know if he still is. Maybe he can tell us that, but
yeah, I haven't looked at that recently. So hope your best ball season's going well. Hartman says Commanders will be fine. Don't call him Marcus Mariota for nothing. Like that. I'm betting on his rushing tonight, so hopefully that comes through. Scroll to Addison better than JJ for prices and ownership, in Hartman's opinion. I agree with that, and you kind of talked about that in the DK early look, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally agree.
Makes a ton of sense. While we're coming back up, I was just going to go back to BBMD and see if I recognized any names at the top of BBM.
I believe Josh McCaffrey's up there. Oh, that's right. I forgot Putt Daddy's a Chiefs fan. Right. Who do you want to go to?
Oh, my bad. I was looking at sorry. Devontae Vidal, you talked about. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm good going Vidal because I do think running back thins out, and it's such a great
Chase
matchup.
Brown also has a good matchup, so I don't know if you'd rather, but
yeah, I think Vidal makes sense. Who do you want to do with the other pick? Obviously, a wide receiver.
I mean, I'm fine, Devontae or Ladd. Your choice.
Let's do Devontae and just hope he gets multiple touchdowns.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize Putt Daddy was a Chiefs fan. Sorry for Scatterboo, but not sorry for what's going to happen as Commanders tonight against my Chiefs. Yeah, Steve and I are mentally prepared for that already. I think we're pretty mentally prepared for that. I don't see Josh McCaffrey in the top 10. I see line of scrimmage 10. Maybe he's towards the top.
Maybe. I know he tweeted about it yesterday. Maybe it was like before Sunday Night Football.
Gotcha. See, Eagles has multiple in like the top 30, 40 or 50. DB is so fun. I mean, he deserves lots of tips. I need to tip him at the end of the season or soon. I don't know. I mean, just absolutely amazing what he does for us.
Yeah.
It did. I saw someone else on the platform where he does the tips. I think you could do Venmo or that, like, buy me a coffee. And someone was like, "Hey, buddy." Oh, Rudy's dreaming. Hey, bud. Hi. Buddy.
All right. Is Rudy okay?
Yeah, you just look really out of it. Okay. What do you like? This is our last pick. You get Hunter this time, or if you want to stack Mahomes, I'll let you pick this time. I was bossy last time.
Lucky me.
Buddy.
We'll go for the stack.
Oh, P Punch said that team took a nosedive. Mike says just don't tip BBMDB like Steve tips the bingo ladies. Lots of questions will be asked. Oh my God, I love it. Do you guys think Kraft's ADP is too high because of the spike or fair given his role? What do you think, Steve, for this week?
I mean, I think it's a fine matchup, and I think, it's not going to be consistent, but it's like, honestly, like any tight end, outside maybe McBride, like they're going to have smash weeks. They're going to have, like he at least has shown the ability a couple times this year, just have ultimate smash weeks. And yeah, like if he only has like 14 points, he probably could have waited and get somebody else. But I think he's in line for it's capable of another smash week.
All right, Steve, can I bring over the Monday night to round it out here? All right, so I'm going to bring over FanDuel, take a look for Monday Night Football. Washington, I can't even say Commanders, such a stupid name. I have an old Redskins sweatshirt on. Washington at Chiefs. The line is 10.5. Chiefs are favored. Total 47.5. I don't think it's as bad as Steve as far as like, I think the Washington can cover. I think the total's fair. I wouldn't take a lean on either side, quite honestly, but I think the total's fair. I know you're concerned about an absolute blowout, that Washington gets blown out. That's my thoughts. What do you think? And then we can jump into some props.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is this Chiefs team, basically since Worthy's been back, has just looked phenomenal. I mean, the Jags played them close and got the win, but the Chiefs moved the ball up and down the field and looked very good in that game. And now Rice is back. I mean, they're fully healthy. I know they're missing some offensive linemen, but at the same time, Washington just lost their best pass rusher in Dorrance Armstrong. Their linebackers and secondary have looked just horrendous this year. Yeah. And so I think
they haven't been a fun watch this year. I'll say that.
Like you can run on them. So, I think Pacheco could be fine. I think Mahomes is going to do whatever he wants to do in this game. If they try to overcommit and try to take a guy away, he's got 6 other guys he can go to. I mean, that's honestly the thing. Like Raheem's and I talked about, honestly, the Rice injury and even the Worthy thing really helped out the Chiefs because, I mean, Juju has always had some experience with Mahomes, but even like they can go to Thornton, they can go to Juju, they can go to Brashard Smith, they can go to Noah Gray. Like there's a clear pecking order of the early guys. Rice, Kelsey, Worthy, and then Hollywood. But if somebody goes down or they need to sub somebody in, like Chiefs don't miss a beat. So, and we've seen this like in plays where like they'll take Worthy out because he just ran deep on a route, and then they'll put Tyquan Thornton in and take another deep shot. Like they don't care. Like the way Mahomes is playing. So, I think it could get bad. And I will say I think Washington is generally coached pretty well. And sometimes that can matter. And we saw that in the Chargers game. But that was with Jaden. And that was, again, with the Washington being a little healthier, at least defensively as well. So they do get McLaurin back. They do get Debo back. That helps. Yeah. But I just worry that Mariota.
I do think Mariota is one of the best backups in the league. I mean, I'll say that.
I think it's fine, but I think he's going up against a pretty good defense that is going to pressure him. He doesn't handle pressure well. That's part of the issue in the Falcons game is he dealt with more pressure and he didn't handle it well. So, yeah.
Well, I hope he runs more than he did in the Falcons game because my favorite bet, we'll get back to touchdowns. My favorite bet on the board is Mariota rushing. He's rushed for, you could get, it got hit hard since I bet it at minus 104, 30 plus rushing was minus 104. It's getting, so obviously people agree with me. But I mean, if you want to go to 40, I don't think that's crazy. Plus 172. He's honestly gotten that in most of his games. He's made appearances for Washington. He didn't in the start against the Falcons. So I hope with pressure he does run because against these Steve Spagnuolo pressure defenses, a lot of teams do run their quarterbacks and get the hell out of there, like Trevor Lawrence in that Monday night game. Obviously, Lamar, before he gets hurt, he always runs against Spagnuolo, Herbert in the first game. Like all these quarterbacks have gotten there rushing wise in against the Spagnuolo heavy pressure defenses. So my favorite bet is I bet Mariota 30. He's part of our parlays with that. I've actually played around with some other parlays with 40. So my favorite bet on the board tonight is Mariota rushing. I hope he gets the hell out of there and scrambles when needed, just like he did I think he had over 40 last week in just a half. So and he's in less than. He's done that multiple times. In less than a half, he's gotten over 40. So I'm hoping that's my favorite bet. What do you think of that? And what else do you like on the board?
Yeah, that's like the one Washington bet I feel okay with. Look, I don't think they're going to it's not going to be as bad as the Raiders game, but I do think.
God, I hope not.
Yeah. But I do think it's, Chiefs win very comfortably, probably by a couple scores. And, Washington, one or two of their other pieces could get there. I just think it's much harder to predict, and it's probably mainly going to be garbage time.
I like Cooler's call out here as far as Washington side and what you're comfortable with outside of, you said this is the one Washington piece you are comfortable with. He says Terry receptions over, JCM rush yards seem okay. Under. JCM under. Yeah, no, I agree with both. I agree with Terry reception. Terry's price low coming back, but I think, he still has rapport. He did well with Mariota last year. So I think Terry receptions over and JCM under are solid looks. My other favorite one, Steve, is I don't mind Pacheco rushing yards, minus or 50 plus minus 114, 60 plus 152. I think that's a fun look. And then the other one I really like on the Chiefs side is Brashad Smith, just using him as a receiver. He's gotten way over the 20 plus 4 games in a row at various different snap counts. Obviously last week against the Raiders was in a massive blowout, but he's gotten there every week on 6 snaps to tons of snaps in the fourth quarter and everything in between. He's soared way past this. So I like Brashad Smith 20 plus 116. What are your thoughts on that? I know you like it.
Yeah, no, I like Brashad Smith a lot. They're utilizing him more. Early on it was just like 6-7 snaps a game, and he was still kind of getting there. But even before the blowout, and he took over more with Kareem Hunt being a little banged up. But it was like, that's not when he got pass attempts. He was getting those pretty early. So they are game scripting, they are game planning him into the offense early. I think they continue to do that. I think, Washington's linebackers are a liability right now. Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu, they are not playing well.
He had such good years last year. I know Bobby Wagner's old, God love him. But is it just like age has finally caught up to Wagner? What do you think is the deal with Louvu?
I think Louvu he's much better as a blitzer, and he's definitely seemed like he's lost a little bit of a step also. I don't know if he's dealing with an injury or anything, but he's definitely not playing like he did last year when he was just all over the field making plays. And I do think Wagner is definitely getting exposed. So I think that hurts both them rushing and covering backs out of the backfield. Big problem.
Okay, so we covered Brashad Smith receiving. We talked about Mariota rushing. Cooler's call. It's about McLaurin over, JCM under rushing. I don't mind Pacheco rushing. Honestly, I don't, Rice, I thought about it, and I just worry in these game scripts, like you have to go up to 70, unless you're watering it down, or 7 receptions. So I'd honestly feel more comfortable probably with like Kelsey at 40, he's minus 120 at 40, 50s plus 120, 142. Is there anything else on the board that you really like? I think any of those, I do think McLaurin's price low, but again, it's a tough defense. So anything else that you like?
I think taking a shot at like one of the Washington weapons, because I'm sure at least one gets there.
Right.
I think you could maybe do Debo like receptions, because I think Mariota is going to be under constant pressure, and he's either going to be scrambling or dumping it off. And there's
5 plus is minus 106. That's interesting.
Yeah. And this is the issue of them not having like an Austin Eckler type.
Well, you've said that, like, as far as like kind of what's different this year is like, that's a bigger loss than I think people realize,
Yeah.
So even though it's not like he had like this massive role, he was a key role, I think. So
And from the Chiefs side, I don't, like you said, I don't mind the Kelsey call out. It's tough because, yeah, I mean, Rice, they're going to dial some stuff up to him, but they honestly might dial up a little less. And you also run the risk of, if it is another blowout, Rice is going to be the first guy who sits. They've made that clear. Like
because they're by week 10, right?
Week 10, yeah. And they said something like, we'll ramp him up as we need, the way they've talked about when he's out there, he's getting targets, but also that I think is going to oscillate some. It's not going to be he gets every single target like he did last week,
right?
And so I think you can approach it like Mahomes, like 3 touchdowns. I mean, he's done that multiple weeks this year. The Washington secondary is bad. I mean, it's really bad. And we saw last week Dak easily get 3 touchdowns without playing really the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, and there's just so many Chiefs weapons, and it could be to Pacheco, it could be to Rashard Smith, it could be some of the backs. And the other way I'd take the Chiefs is just picking a couple and being like, oh, you get a touchdown, because that's also, it feels very much like that as well. And again, last week Rice got the twofer, and could have had a third almost, but this week it could be Kelsey, this week it could be Worthy. So I'm going to approach it that way. And if you're right, you make money. If you're wrong, you miss out. But I just think trying to grind, I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to be like Rice over this number of yards or Worthy over this number of yards. Those just feel much tougher in general.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. All right. Touchdowns. Let's talk touchdown. We talked about props. I think our favorites are Rashad Smith receiving, Mariota rushing, touchdowns. Pricing here, pretty fun for touchdowns because, it's minus 105 for both Rice and Kelsey, plus 160 for Pacheco. That's my favorite one on the board. I think he showed, kind of to get a bigger workload the last week or two. Got in the end zone last week, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So plus 160 for Pacheco is my favorite bet on the board as far as touchdown prices concerned. Then you got Worthy plus 170, JCM plus 175, Debo 260. I mean, you're getting nice prices on the Washington weapons. I'll say that, but I mean, it's like, do we think it's going to happen? That I don't know. 260 for Debo, 270 for Ertz, 300 for Mariota, who he ran it in last week, 310 for McLaurin. I do think that's a good look if you were to pick a Washington weapon, getting 3-1 for McLaurin. But Pacheco is my favorite 160. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think Pacheco, with the price that you're getting for him, is really strong. Kelsey and Rice are, good bets to get a touchdown, honestly. But from the Chiefs side, I would go maybe Xavier Worthy. I think, Rice is clearly and Mahomes have a connection, but so does Worthy and Mahomes. And I just see this kind of oscillating. I think, there's going to be weeks where Worthy gets there, and this could be one. And big speed receivers have given Washington some fits all year. Guys like Trey Tucker, guys, Pickens and Lamb just did whatever they did last week. So, I just think getting that kind of boost for a guy like Worthy, who also will run the ball, there's just multiple ways he could get there.
Yeah. Okay. Catching up with chat really quick, and then we can do first touchdowns and a parlay to wrap it up. But Mike says Chiefs do need to get Rice involved more to speed it up because they have Broncos, Colts, Chargers in their next 5. That is going to be a very interesting to see how they ramp them up, because they do have some big ones coming up. Day after National Tight Ends Day, does Kelsey get there? Feels left out from National Tight Ends Day. And Hartman, good call. I looked at this today, just, Kelsey in the last few weeks. And it's not like he's had these massive games, but he has been solid. Only under 40 once this year. Seems free since his line's around there. I agree with that, Hartman. Mike says McLaurin TD plus Mookie Betts homer. If you want to do it, let's right. It's the sports equinox day for the 4 biggie sports on the same day here with World Series, Monday Night Football, hockey, I think 2 games in a full NBA slate. You could do a little sports equinox there. McLaurin TD bets homer. That's 23-1. Add in it's a hockey one and NBA, and there you go. So yeah. Any other sports equinox takes for the people, Steve?
No, but that would be fun to do a parlay of all 4.
Yeah, Terry at 3-1 is fun. First touchdown. I've already bet Pacheco and Terry. So Pacheco plus 850. I'll throw it out there. Terry does have some rapport with Mariota, and he's 18-1 for the first touchdown. Those were the 2 that I bet. What have you bet, or would you bet, Steve? First touchdown tonight.
First touchdown. I think McLaurin's fine from that side. I think usually I like to do one from each side.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
And I think I'm going Worthy there just because he could get the deep shot type. And then, well, this is the opposite logic is Ertz. Ertz is just the safety valve in the red zone.
Yeah.
If Washington is the first team down there, I think you're getting paid off nicely with Ertz. And, Chiefs have historically had some issues with tight ends. So
yeah,
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Hartman says, someone give him a hockey bet to tail. He could figure out the other 3 sports. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be the one where I'd be like, I have absolutely no clue. None. So if anybody has a hockey bet to throw in chat for Sports Equinox Day, go for it. Help out Hartman, help out us. We don't know hockey, right, Steve? You don't know, dude. I mean, you
follow hockey, but yeah, not well enough to like bet on.
We got our guy Huhames in here. Good to see you. Of course, he'll be doing a show, Stephen Huhames, on his channel tomorrow, 3 p.m. But come here first, 1:30 p.m. Steve talking ball with Steve O'Speak. All right, Steve, let's build.
Good luck tonight. I don't think the Chiefs will need it, but
yeah,
I think you'll be very happy tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked touchdowns, we talked props, talked about how we think this game's. Steve thinks a much darker outlook for Washington than I do, but I still think we're going to lose. I'm mentally prepared for that. But let's build a fun parlay. If we can't have good things with Washington and Scattaboo being taken away from us, Steve, let's try to build a parlay to win. Let's push 3 or 4 lines. I'm going to say that Mariota needs to absolutely run his ass off tonight. And, we could even bump it up to 50, but if we want to get really nuts, but 172, 40 plus rushing yards. What do you got?
I'm going to say, I really like the Brashard Smith take. And I think what do you think? 30 or 40? You can
I was gonna say I can build it on DraftKings. You can go really high there on DraftKings. Since we're going, actually, let me pull over, or I can just build it on DraftKings. But let me see on DraftKings. You can go high there. It is. Give me a minute, or do you have it up?
No, I don't.
Okay. You could do 25, 40s to you can only do 25 and 40 there. So did you want to did you like 40?
40s. I wish you could do 30. Let's just do 25.
Okay. All right. Then we can just keep it here for now then. That's just 5-1. So what else did you like? Because you don't agree with the spread, because I was going to do, if you do Washington spread with some Chiefs stuff, you'll get some major anti-correlated boosts. But
no,
Why don't we do? What if we did like Kelsey or Rice or Pacheco rushing, and then you throw in? Can I just show you?
Sure.
What do you like better, Kelsey 40 or 50 as they talked about, or we did Pacheco in our other parlay that we already posted? So you want to do
Kelsey 50?
Okay, Kelsey 50. Okay. See, look at this teamwork. We're up to 13-1. Watch what happens. Boom. Oh, it only went to 21-1. Do you think they could keep it within a touchdown?
No, I don't think they keep it within 3 touchdowns.
Oh, come on, Steve. Have a little fun.
Let's add Mahomes 3 touchdowns.
Just watch what. Oh, Steve. That's only like plus 110. That's not going to add that much.
I bet it will.
Watch this. Can I just show you something?
Okay.
You put 2 Chiefs props plus Mariota, and you add in that they keep it within 1 touchdown. Why didn't it do it? Oh, I thought it would go higher. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My thing's not working. My display is not working. All right. What about, you don't think Mariota in garbage time? 225, you can get plus 168. And you get some anti-correlating doing it separately with Mariota. Just like he has to run his ass off and he can get 225 in garbage time.
I don't feel confident about that.
Look at that. Well, Steve, this is a lotto. I don't feel confident that we're going to hit it either. But you could say Brashad Smith 25, Kelsey 50, Mariota 25, 225, Mariota 50. You don't like that?
No. Take out the Mariota. Just put in Mahomes and let's see what it does.
All right. Well, I put Mariota 50 because, I mean, he's done that plenty of times. 3 passing touchdowns. It takes us 42-1. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather do that? What if we did, let me just see if you did Brashad Smith 40. Hold on. Let me just build it over on, give me a hot second here. Let me get in. I'm on DraftKings on another thing. If you did Mariota 50 rushing, like I just did, and you did Brashad Smith, you don't want to do 40 receiving? I forget. Did you?
No, I mean, look, it could happen, but
because you're already at 11-1 there.
Yeah.
What did we say our other one was? Kelsey. Let me just see if we push 3, because getting 3 is much less than getting 4. 34-1, 50, 40, 60. Mariota 50, Brashad Smith 40, Kelsey 60. What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely live.
Okay.
But I like this better.
You like this better?
Yeah, well, it's just safer. I mean,
You're pushing Kelsey by 10 yards and Brashad Smith by 15 yards, and then you don't have to do the 3 touchdowns in case it just doesn't go that way. Chad, Hames, what do you like?
I just think it does go that way.
All right. Well, then we will roll with this. Brashad Smith 25, Kelsey 50, Mariota 50, Mahomes 3 touchdowns. I will post this in Discord and on our Substack comments. So we will roll with that. Steve, final thoughts for the people. Oh, Mike says you know hockey. Don't let Meg tell you they don't. I didn't mean that. I meant you don't follow as closely. I know you're a Penguins fan. From our family from Western Pennsylvania, so he's a Pens fan. No, we can't be too happy. Our king is dead. I mean, my sweet prince, Scatterbo, just get well for next year when I draft you even more.
Meg was like the godfather. Look at what they did to my beautiful boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I was. I'm so mad at Zach Braun. I'm not well.
He is not on Meg's Christmas card list.
No, Casey does not historically. I knew this. Thank you, Hames. I knew they don't cover, especially this big. Exactly. Smith rushing if it gets totally out of control. I could see both Hunt and Smith rushing in a blowout. See? So, okay. But again, we caught up with chat. Hames agrees with me, Washington spread. But no, our lotto, Brashad Smith 25 receiving, Kelsey 50 receiving, Mariota 50 rushing, Mahomes 3 passing tuds. I will put this in Discord and on Substack comments. But final thoughts for the people, Steve.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, this was a dark day, dark weekend. But we still pushing through, fighting through, trying to get our best ball bags through and go forward with the second half of the season. Good luck tonight to everyone, to your best ball teams, your props, your DFS lineups. And we are going to keep grinding.
Absolutely. We're doing it for Scatterbo the rest of the season. It's all for Cam. Thank you for joining us.
44 decal on her shirt from now on.
Yeah. Oh my God. I do need to. Thank you guys for joining us on our Cam Scatterboost support group today. No, but hopefully you it helped going through, well, we like going through best ball bags because that's what we do here. And then, DFS early look, Underdog Battle Royale early look, and Monday night props. Everybody, good luck tonight. Join Steve tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern for Talking Ball with Steve O'Speak. Have a great night. For Steve, I'm Meg. We'll see you next time.